India has scored a win in Sri Lanka. We have seen creeping Chinese influence in the island, especially on its maritime assets. But New Delhi is fighting back. It is bailing out the Colombo dockyard. Now this dockyard is Sri Lanka's leading shipbuilding and repair site. But recently it's been saddled with debt. How much? Around $93 million. A Japanese company owned the majority stake in this dockyard. They had 51% of the ownership. So first the officials reached out to the Japanese government for a bailout. No luck. Then they reached out to Sri Lanka's government. Again, no luck. And that's when Colombo sought out New Delhi. India saw an opportunity in this deal. Reports say multiple companies expressed interest, but eventually the deal went to MDL. That's Mazagaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited. It is a state-run company that makes ships in Mumbai. MDL is buying controlling stake in the Colombo dockyard. For how much? Almost $53 million. The money isn't that consequential for MDL. The company is worth around $15 billion. It has an annual turnover of more than $1 billion. So the money isn't significant. What's significant is the strategic importance. Until now, MDL was a trusted shipbuilder for India, for the domestic market. But this marks MDL's first foreign venture. It could be the stepping stone towards something bigger, perhaps cutting into the global market. And it shows in the Dalal Street. MDL shares were up by 2.3% in trading today. But we'll keep the finances out of it. Instead, let's look at the strategy behind this deal. First, location. Colombo is a key maritime hub, and the dockyard is Sri Lanka's prized asset. It doesn't just serve ships in the country, it has clients across Asia and Africa. By bailing it out, India has hit two birds with one stone. First, gaining the Sri Lankan government's goodwill. If the dockyard defaulted, it would have caused a serious spillover. 16% of the dockyard is owned by the Employees' Provident Fund. 9% is owned by Sri Lanka's Insurance Fund. And 5% by the Ports Authority. Imagine if such an asset had defaulted. Even ordinary Sri Lankans would have been affected. So India was right to help out. I'm sure Colombo will appreciate the move. Secondly, it is also a challenge to China. Beijing has significant stake in Sri Lanka's maritime assets. It is building a port and city in Colombo. It has a 99-year lease on the Hambantota port. Many experts see Sri Lanka as part of China's plan to box India in, which is why this deal is crucial. MDL says it has gained a strategic foothold in the region. So in all, it's a good deal for both sides. And for India, it's a welcome sign. Previous Sri Lankan governments relied heavily on Chinese debt. That's what landed them in a debt trap. But this time, Colombo reached out to India, and that will give New Delhi confidence. It aligns with what we have seen from Sri Lanka's President Anura Kumara Dissanayake, or AKD. He has promised to keep India's interests in mind. He has also vowed to never allow anti-India activities on Lankan soil. In that context, this deal is crucial. It shows that India is keen to engage with Colombo to help out wherever possible.
First post now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktoren,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
4 兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish,
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. First post.